Hi, I'm Edna Ogenerukewe Ojugo. I'm a top finance speaker on LinkedIn and on Twitter, and I'm here to help you navigate the money talk with your partner. This is something that's one of the hardest things to discuss with anybody. How do you discuss how much you are earning, how much you are saving, how much you are keeping, and all of that with your partner, especially if you've never done it before? Where do you even start? Where is this conversation going to begin from? Don't worry, in this video we'll take you through how you can have the money talk with your partner in 5 simple and short steps. The first thing you need to know is that you want to start small, right? You don't want to immediately jump in with your partner, tell them how much are you saving, how much are you investing, where is money coming from, where is your money going to? No, right? Think of it like swimming. When you want to learn how to swim, you don't immediately jump into the 30-foot deep side part of the pool, right? No. You start from the shallow end, you put your toes in, you dip in, you start slow, and then you move gradually. You learn how to swim, you learn, you keep, and then you don't learn it all in a day, right? You start, maybe you learn a few tricks in a day, and then you go back, you try again, and all of that. So that's simply what we're going to teach you how to do here. How to learn how to talk about money with your partner as if you're swimming, right? So the first thing you do is you start on a common ground. Now, maybe you start with something that is simple, that is a subject that you both agree on. Say school fees. Let's say school fees have been rising forever, or the cost of feeding, for example, in Nigeria just keeps rising and rising. The cost of rice just keeps rising and rising, right? So you start with that. Talk about how costs just keep increasing, and then income isn't increasing accordingly. And then you could have a long conversation about that, and then you can now proceed to what can we do. Now, at this point, you want to ask yourself, how are they taking this information? Are they being receptive, or they are like, oh no, let's not have this conversation, I don't want to have this conversation today? Are they like, oh, I'm too tired, I want to sleep, I just came back from work, I don't have the energy for this conversation? Just ask yourself, how are they treating the conversation? If they are being receptive, you can move on to the next step. But if they are looking very aggressive, they don't want to have this conversation, they are not interested, then maybe you want to give it a pause and continue another day. Remember, as we said, you don't need to finish swimming, or you don't need to complete the entire steps in one day. So you could have the conversation, start there, sow the seeds in their mind, sprinkle some information there so they can start thinking about this. Give them the idea behind it, right? And then take a step back, and another day pick it up. But if they are receptive, we now move to step 2. Talk about the opportunities that you've heard about with your partner. So have you been seeing different investment opportunities? Say, buy a piece of land, buy a house, invest in farms, invest in real estate, in whatever thing, right? Invest in stocks. What opportunities are you currently looking at? Talk to your partner about them. Get a feel for how they feel about those investments. Are they asking you to know more? Do they want to know about them? Do they already know about them and then they are not interested in them? Remember, this is a conversation. You're not just talking at them, you're talking with them, right? So you know how they feel about the different opportunities you know about. Because remember, the first step, we are just simply talking about where we are today, but we are doing that to determine what we can do next. So you talk about the opportunities that you are currently looking at. And then we look at step 3. Step 3, if you are finding it difficult to convince your partner into looking at the opportunities you are talking about, let's say they are just not interested, or they don't know about it, they are not as informed in that area, share some materials with them. How did you learn about those opportunities? Did you read some things online? Did you watch some videos? Whatever you did, share those materials with your partner. Tell them, oh, let's watch the video together. Let's do this together. If you give it to them to read and then they don't seem to be reading the books or reading the articles, do it together. Make it a couple activity, right? So you read about it together, you watch the videos together, do it the way you do other things you do together. So you learn about it together, and then you get a better feel for how they think about it. And then step 4, let's say that doesn't work. Then you try to invite a professional into the mix. So is there any money manager, anybody that is in finance that you can invite to speak with? Maybe you just pay a token to have a piece of their time, right? You have a session with them, you and your partner, you go, you talk about your goals, the things that you should be doing or that you want to be doing but you don't know how to do. So you invite a professional into the mix, and then they give you all the information that they have at their disposal. Remember, people tend to respond better to professionals when they are faced with new information. So invite a professional into the mix. And then step 5, take action. Now, step 1 to 4 will be completely useless if you don't do anything about it. If all you do is talk about opportunities, talk about things you can be doing and all of that, and you don't do anything about it, it's completely useless, right? You need to take action. So if you are thinking about investment opportunities, look for opportunities and take the opportunities. Invest in things. Look for opportunities to save. Actually save. If you are looking for budgeting opportunities, budget. Actually do the things, right? It's easy to talk and plan, but doing is where the work is in. So take action based on all those things we've talked about. Remember, it's not something that's an exact science. You need to keep tweaking and planning and figuring out how you can have this conversation with your partner. And it doesn't have to happen in 1 day or 1 week or 1 month. You can keep having the conversation. What you just need to do is to make sure you do it. There are so many difficult things in life, and this is one of them. But trust me, you can do it, and it's something that you will congratulate yourself for. So congratulations in advance for having this wonderful conversation with your partner and being successful with it. Let us know what you think about this conversation and how you applied the steps and how they turned out for you. Thank you.